been an eventful day. Staying busy with work, staying busy with the lounge. I had a
Yeah.
great Tuesday though. The days go by very fast, but they're slow at the same time. But had some good customer calls, getting things set up. Busted yet another double broker scam.
Oh my gosh, I need to
That's
hear
two on
more.
the week. Oh,
Tell,
dude. I
tell
mean,
us
we're
about
just
I need to hear more.
tell us about that.
so I've just kind of started playing with them because obviously they're going to end up in your inbox at any given point of the day. So obviously use my carrier packet. I'll use carrier 411, and I'm checking emails, seeing what it looks like, and you got to be careful. So this one had a 20 at the end or it had a 200 at the end when it was a 20. So what I like to do is negotiate the rates. They'll shoot their number to me, and I'll cut it by like 50%. And typically they'll come back with like $50 more, and they're like, "All right, send it over." So I'm like, "All
Oh,
right." I don't see your email on the setup packet here, so I loop in the legit email and I say, "Hey, so and so, can you confirm that Jennifer works for your company?" It's kind of like scam. This is fake scam. So yeah, I just walk them into a trap and then post it out there for the masses to do with what they will. I hope they
okay.
have carrier block on their phone because they might be getting some car insurance claims here seriously.
Jesus, that's out of control.
Nah.
These global brokers are getting out of control, and they're getting smarter, man. It's insane.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Day by day.
Yeah.
How about you, Pedro? Like honestly, like what's the day look like when it comes to your day?
Man, my day was fantabulous, man. It really was. As I only got one load left on the board, and this area it comes out of always a pain in the butt. But my day's been good, man. Made some good wins today. Talking to three new customers or two new customers. So that's real cool. One of them, man, they do stuff that goes. I'll put it. They're about to deliver a load to the Clippers. What is it? The LA Clippers. I'm not a basketball guy. Like
Mm,
they just sold some of their product to the LA Clippers. So
freaking awesome.
pretty cool shit there, man. So yeah, fantastic day. The year is going good. I'll say the first half of January, I felt like I was doing nothing but bleeding money. But ever since then, it's going good. So I can't complain. Or as I say, you could complain. I just got to find someone to listen to me.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Nothing a beer can't fix either, though. You know what I mean?
That's true. That is very true. That is very true. And in time with you, lovely gentlemen.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
You both mentioned actually that you've been talking to new customers.
Mm.
How are cold calling going?
Yeah.
Like what's Hunter, you're slinging trucks, and then you're like, I'm making a cold call. What's that look like?
I haven't really. I've kind of gotten on the train of just getting some references here and there. I've had some customers back in the day, talk to them. They don't have anything going on. I'm a big email guy, but I'm also a very unorthodox sales guy, if you will. So, I mean, there's no telling. But cold calling, I mean, it goes out of the way. It's I've kind of started just pushing away from the traditional. Oh, I have a million trucks right next to your facility, sir. My trucks deliver there 5 times a day. Don't you know? But yeah, you got to be creative in these times. But cold calling, I mean, if they say no, I'm not going to push it. Like they're straight out there.
I love that. Rob, how about you? Like, what works to get new clients?
You think I'm gonna fucking say that online? What is wrong with you?
Somebody posted the other day, like, I want a new client. Are you interested? Yes, check yes or no.
Dude,
Was that
yeah,
Yeah, that's Rob, man, or
yeah, I don't know.
not Rob Ryan.
That was a good one. It was. I can't remember who it was, but I know exactly what you're
It,
talking
wa- it
about.
was Ryan Van Brocklin, dude. He
Yeah,
said,
it was right. He'll be on our show tomorrow. Matter of fact,
yeah, for sure, shout out.
yeah, that "Let's Go" comment. I'm pretty sure that was Ryan because he always pulls up as a LinkedIn user. He tried to fix that, but we can't figure it out. Anyway, man, me honestly, I'm just myself all the time. When I call people, I've tried to see. He said, "Yep, that was me." Chris Dispatch, give me a second, bro. And if your question is awesome, because these guys would be able to chime in. So, Chris Dispatch, give me a second. I don't control the comments, but I promise we'll get to you. I'm sure Jared and Nate will be interested in helping on that question too. Point is, man, I have tried it all, man. I came out of this game with some college degrees and a huge vocabulary, and using big ass words, and that didn't work. And then I said, oh man, I'm attached to a capacity MC, and I forget trucks that deliver near you, man. I've got a truck sitting outside your place right now with its doors open. Go load that shit. Dude, oh, I've got service 24 hours a day. Call me at 2 o'clock in the morning. You want to know what I have found out with all of those things? Customers don't give a shit. They don't. They really don't, dude. And I have seen so many shippers say, oh, we want to hear this and that. And you say every bit of that, and they don't care. I think it is an individual basis. I really do. I have talked to people that I literally have tried dealing with that customer, and then I don't, they do. So I'm just me, man, to really pull that all back together. I just call and I talk crap with them, man. You know what I mean? Like this guy today, I looked up and they do something. Hunter, you're gonna love this. This company, they supply something that is still in use on the International Space Station. So when I emailed the guy,
you know me and my space crate, man.
when I emailed the guy, all I said, I said to him, I said, all I want to know is how the hell do you get this to the International Space Station? Oh yeah, let's talk about some other freight too. But that's what I led with. You know what I mean? That's I like Hunter said, I'm trying to work more on referrals, man. The cold calling stuff is great. And no matter how warm of a lead you think you got, these shippers, they hear from 20 of us a day, man. They really do. You know what I mean? So working on referrals is better. It's a lot easier, Jared, when I call you like, yo, Jared, what's up, man? Hey, Nate and I do business together. Well, kind of. He does more business with me than I do with him. But, hey, he gave me your name and number and, said, hey, maybe we should hook up and try to make some things work. All you heard out of that was Nate, and Nate. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm with Hunter, man. I think that's really where it is. Take your book of business. Hey, ask your customers if you think I'm doing good for you. Man, shoot me a referral. Give me a customer. Give me a chance, man. I really think that's, hey, as they say, the best business is word of mouth business.
Also, stick in your lane. Do not call yourself an expert. Stick in your freaking lane. If you're good at doing flatbed hot shots, then stick with that. Find out what's moving there. Don't reinvent the wheel, because that's when you get more comfortable. That's when you can really just you got the gift of gab. Everything that is going on. Not oh, well, I just came across your company here, and I think we could do some business together. I move parcels.
Yeah. I've had some of those. I've got some warm leads. Or some leads from people. So we had this lady that was doing leads for us, and she said, Rob, what kind of stuff are you interested in? And I was like, oh, I like crazy things, man. Unique stuff. Shoot me some fitness apparel, some fitness equipment. That's some stuff I said. Dude, I was getting emails in my box from people that run fucking dance studios. I'm like, these people, the lady's like, I don't know why you're emailing me, but we don't ship anything. Well, I said that I wanted to move some pharmaceutical stuff, man, and literally I was getting leads for mom and pop pharmacies, and they're like, man, we get our stuff through the mail. I don't know if that helps you, but
oh my gosh, that is so good.
That's awesome.
That is so good. I mean, obviously, you guys are 1,000 followers in. How much is it? That you've built a brand that you're starting to get leads from that side of it.
That's a good question.
I mean, not as much as you would think. If anything, talking with the connections that we have made at least for me personally, it's just generated ideas on how to take a different approach, where to search, really just utilizing my time. because in logistics, time is money, and I've been one of those guys, as everybody has in the industry. Like, you can go and make your 600 calls a day, but if you're just shooting, you're blindfolded, throwing a dart at the wall, how many times are you going to hit bullseye? But if you really sit down, do your research, and have some passion with it, like, and mix it up. Like, Rob even kind of taught me on, like your subject lines in an email. Just shake it up. If they're in
Don't
Tennessee,
be giving that shit away.
what's up with this snow? Nobody's going to use it, Rob, unless they want to. And if they do, not going to be better than me
I love
because
that.
I want that customer. But yeah, I mean, it's you got the tools. Sales aren't hard, but when you're
Yeah.
trying to do the same thing as everybody else is doing, then you're going to burn yourself out.
Right.
Gotta have
Hunter, I mean, since we had this question, do you have dispatchers calling you daily? What does that look like? And if they do approach you, how would you like them to approach you?
dispatchers.
Yeah.
I mean, just talk to me. Like, I don't know. I have no problem working with dispatchers. I've worked with dispatchers in the past. My boy Chris down in Atlanta, he had a hell of a hot shot team, and I would just talk with him. Like, I knew he was legit. And it's kind of like brokers, calling a customer. Like, that's how I kind of see dispatchers. If the dispatcher hits me up, like, I have no true idea of knowing if you really are contracted with these owner operators, because you can give me a good MC number and it might check out. Like, yeah, I got a load going from Georgia to Texas, and this guy's based out of Glean or whatever, and I'm delivering to Dallas. Okay, that might make sense. But like, if I haven't heard of you, your email's kind of shaky. Like, I'm gonna have second guesses about it. But shout out to our boy, Metten, John Metten. He's a dispatcher, but he has a website. He's got a legit, email, Joe or John at whatever.com. I want to see that. And, if I can talk to you on the phone and you know what you're talking about, that's cool with me. But just out of the blue, you're scraping me off of the load boards. Like, I'm gonna try and go more direct. But
Right. Yeah, no, I agree with you on that, Hunter. I mean, no matter what phone call you're making in this industry, you got to think, am I adding value to that other person? So I
yeah,
agree with you for sure. And DIY is saying the same thing. I get emails with this. Just load question mark question mark question mark question mark. Like, there's no value there. Yeah, I agree. Can't take it anymore. Totally get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Freight Master, how you doing, man?
We used to deal with when I was brokering daily. We used to deal with a couple guys that actually had legitimate carriers underneath them, and this was prior to the C word, if you will,
The vid,
the vid or the Rona,
the Vid LLC.
This was like when dispatching was actually kind of cool, to be honest with you. And these guys were legitimate. Like they had, hey, I got 4 guys that live in Houston. These guys got, 3 step decks and 1 friggin' flatbed. And these guys brought a lot of value. Like, I feel like the value train just kind of left in 2024, and we just left. The station's gone, and they just don't bring enough value that, as a broker, it's like, well, what the hell? Like, I need to know what's going on with your trucks. Where are they at? Where can it make work for me? You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for lack of using the dirty C word, not the 4-letter one, but when 2020 hit those times, that's when the double brokers came through, man. The massive 3PL corporation out of Edinburgh, Texas. Yet they created the biggest ring of double brokers out of where? Glendale, California. And that's when I started realizing, like, dude, I don't know who to trust anymore, because you can even get people on the phone that can wheel and deal and talk the shop, but man, you just still never know.
yeah,
And as smart as these double brokers are getting these days, it's tenfold. It's tenfold.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. If you were going to say, Rob, obviously double brokering has become a huge issue. If we were going to solve that right now, how do we solve this? How do we, no different than, world hunger. How do we solve double brokering?
All right.
It's in the same level.
I want to go back to Chris Dispatch's comment, since y'all hijacked my question, you greedy little spotlight stealers. Chris Dispatch, I agree with pretty much everything Hunter said. Hunter and I are actually pretty big proponents for dispatchers. Man, like I'm sorry, I don't, they have their place in the industry just like brokers do, and freight forwarders and everything else. And just like brokers, dispatchers have gotten a bad name because of their operational practices and their lack of honesty and integrity. But to use the example of our buddy John Cantera, he is a dispatcher, and he also fights fraud on the dispatcher and the double broker front to try to help eliminate that freaking bias in those, for lack of better words, shitty business operators that are out there giving everyone a bad name. I actually said this on Jeff Dickinson's show yesterday, that usually it's the few that mess it up for the many, but when it comes to the dispatch and the double broker thing, it's the many that have messed it up for the few good guys. You know what I mean? Now, to answer your question, Jared, I'm a really big. I think there is no better way to make someone stop doing something than hitting their pocketbook. I mean, if you want to make me quit doing something, man, tell me you're about to take some of my money or put me in jail. I promise you, I will stop doing that like post haste. You know what I mean? But of course, then you go into that and you're like, oh, well, how would you find them and stuff like that? That there could be ways. I also think that the honest, real solution to the problem is that, and a dedicated department or force, not government workers. The government never accomplishes anything. They only make things worse. But people like John Cantera, giving our boy a plug again, people like the Bannon Report, Claudia Catlett, folks like that, that like are in the industry dealing with the mess that is double brokering and fraud every day, and who truly have a vested interest in getting rid of it. Because, I mean, the FMCSA, all they do is talk, and they never do. Nothing is ever accomplished. And I say this quite frequently. The great communicator Ronald Reagan is quoted as saying many times, there is nothing the government can do that the private sector cannot do better. Mike,
first time on eCarrierCheck, we've had a Ronald Reagan quote, and I'm loving life right now. I mean, that's it. I love it. I love Ronald Reagan. That's so good. I can't believe you just pulled that out.
He's not called the great communicator for nothing in it. And I don't even talk about a political thing. We don't get political, but that guy, he could talk you into selling everything you own. Like, he just had this way about it, man. He did. He was a really good guy when it came to communication and bridging gaps.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, this show is actually one of those freestyle rap shows. And before we started, I told Rob, I said, you got to have a Ronald Reagan quote, a Gandhi quote, and a Tony Robbins before the end of the show. So he just pulled off the one that I didn't think would happen. So congratulations, Rob. I love those freestyle rap shows. He's like, all right, give me 3 words. And I'm like, raspberry, and they just pull it off. I love it.
Hey, do you want to hear a really funny, ironic story to what you just said?
Yes.
So, I grew up in the absolute ghetto. I just really was the only person of my skin tone that grew up in my neighborhood. But the point is I once was fairly close to becoming a hip hop artist, man. I had a buddy of mine. We had a group called Criminal Minds. We were teenagers. Dude, we did a parody to "Want to Be a Baller" called "Want to Be a Player." Man, dude, we actually had a record label out of Austin that was going to sign us on a small deal, but my buddy ended up getting caught on a home burglary charge and kind of killed it, man. But yeah, so ironic thing you say that, dude. Like I used to be where I live, believe it or not, man. My wife could verify, man. I had a little name in the little freestyle rap community around here, dude. And I never did any shows. I just hung around people and did my thing, man. So but I can't do that now. I'm 39 years old. I haven't done that in probably 25 years. So let me not embarrass myself.
Hey, no, he's downplaying it. Catch us on Freestyle Fridays in the Logistics Lounge. Just puts bad
Yeah,
bars
I'm gonna
around
do that.
around the 2 hour 45 minute mark.
I love that. Nate and I love. We actually have been dying. And everybody in logistics will be when we get this. It's going to happen. By the way, 2024. This is going to happen. We are going to have a freestyle artist on our show, whether it makes sense or not. We love it.
Yeah.
We're making enough of it.
You need to get. Oh man, I don't know if he does freestyle, and it would be hard, but he is on TikTok and oh, it's something with an R, Rise or something. But dude, he has this character called Real Gangsta, and like, dude, he does flows to like Mariah Carey songs, but it's like gangsta rap. And he starts everything out and he goes, Real Gangsta. I swear, dude.
Oh
Rise Hendrix, RYCE Hendrix. That's who it is, dude. Oh my God, dude. That guy would be the greatest to have on for people who really want to help out their owner ops. You're right. You're right, Chris Dispatch. It does, man. It really does. And a little tip, like Hunter said, if you're a dispatcher out there, I'll use this example right here. The Logistics Lounge. Hunter and I quickly learned, or immediately thought, I should say, hey, let's not have a @Gmail account. Like, if we're going to seem legitimate, let's have our own domain. I'm going to drop this bomb on you. I don't know if anyone knows. It's like $12 a month on Google. If anyone heard that. Like, I mean, it's not that hard, man. That is a very huge thing. And I understand everybody uses VoIPs, but don't try to give a VoIP for your driver's phone number, because people who check them like I do, I won't do business with you until you start giving me real cell phone numbers. I validate every number and bit of information you give me. I validate. So dispatchers, I can say that, like, have your shit together. I deal with a lot of them that really don't have it together very much. You know what I mean? And you may be very reputable, but it leads people to believe right off the bat that, you know, you're shade tree. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just want to say, I mean, if that's your business and that's how you plan on making money, act like it. You know, put a little effort into it. It doesn't cost that much. It doesn't take that much effort.
Yeah.
Make a logo. Get a domain.
Just show up and make it look right. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So before we move on from this topic, are you ready? Are you ready for the next freestyle?
Yeah.
All right. So in this double broker and this fraud thing, I will quote a great man, Gandhi: "Be the change that you wish to see in the world."
You just got a standing
He's
ovation.
just going. He's going so hard right now. I love it. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
You were going so hard right now. I don't even know where to go with this.
oh.
What was the last one? I got to find a way to implement the last one.
T. Robbins. You gotta hit T. Robbins. I need a T. Robbins quote from
Oh,
him.
Tony
Oh,
Robbins.
so funny enough, how Rob and I actually met. We were in a Baskin Robbins, and we're just going through the 31 flavors,
true.
talking about freight and our time in prison and raising quarter horses in Denver, Colorado. And you know what? Who walks in the door? Tony Robbins at the Baskin Robbins.
No.
Yeah.
And he's the one that gave us the idea about the show. That's true facts.
For real.
That is awesome.
Tony Robbins, the best.
Sage, what's up, brother? Hey, that guy is a super freaking cool guy. Hunter, I met him in the Freight X community, man, in those rooms that Darting Uphill and Spud and all them are in, man. Him and I talked for like an hour the other day, dude, about like audio equipment for the show and everything. That's a really, really cool guy. He does some pretty cool stuff in the logistics industry. I won't give anything away, but he does some he's one of those people that does a few loads a month. You know what I mean?
He's he's slinging a couple trucks here and there.
Yeah. He's
slinging. I love it. That's funny.
I have no idea who you are. He's like, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. That is so good. Oh my gosh. I can't get enough of you guys. This is so good.
This is freaking awesome, man. Like
you might get that freestyle. I don't know. We don't know yet. Who knows?
We're working on it.
I won't sing it because some of it's not appropriate. Heard a rumor Nate can freestyle rap pretty well, especially after a few of them beers. You know what? That's not freestyle. That's him trying to talk. It just sounds like freestyle because it's
Hey, Jared's got my back. He's always in the back. Okay. Sounds good.
I'm that guy that adds, like, I'm like the 50 Cent, like 30 years later. What does he say? Get it.
And then for the ad libs, you gotta give love to the ad lib guy.
No matter what I do, when I fuck up, he's a true friend. Yeah, you did great.
Man. You did it fine.
Hat glass shirt. Call me hat glass.
Oh my god. I love it. I love it. Obviously, there's a big show going on right now. Manifest is out in Vegas. We got the Carrier Summit coming up. We got TIA here in a couple, right after that, like a couple weeks later.
Yes.
But what is the Logistics Lounge doing this year as far as shows, and how do you participate outside of your podcast, which is incredible? How do you participate in person in 2024?
So we just started last year of August 1st. So, the past 6 months, or I would say 5 months right before Christmas, was really just taking time to develop, grow relationships, grow the brand. But here since I would say about January 1st, 2nd, we applied to go to Matt's Mid-America Trucking Show. I know we're going to the Texas Trucking Show down there in Houston at the end of June. And some of the people we've met, it seems like there's a lot of people from Texas in logistics. So I know Rob's meeting up with a couple people. I'm going out to the Nashville Transportation Club happy hour on Thursday. Shout out John Brewer and the gang. So I mean, really, like, we're so new. Like, I just found out about media passes, and we haven't really been that big to get into it. So we're doing all we can. Manifest, obviously, Nate and I, we were talking about it before. We don't necessarily have like $10,000 laying around for both of us to fly out to Vegas and have a grand old time, but that comes with the process. But yeah, we're doing everything we can. Broker Carrier Summit, wish we could make it to that, but it's just with the schedule that we're working on now, can't make it. Shout out Dan Lindsay and old Jeff over there. You guys are going to that, correct?
Yeah, we can drive to it though. It's no different than going to Nashville, dude. We can drive right over there.
Yeah. So I mean, I think next year we'll definitely be at that. Coming 2025, you'll see a lot bigger presence from the lounge. I mean, maybe even later this year. I mean, those are just the two truck shows that we've kind of poked around on. And hey, if you guys are trying to go down to Houston, by the way, they're free tickets. You just got to get there. Texas Trucking Show. Yeah. So looking at that, but yeah. Yeah, come on, let's party down. We'll get an Airbnb. But
my car has wheels. We can drive.
Sweet. See you there. I'll send you the link.
I love it. Those shows though. I just love them. I mean, we got to go to one my first time last year. Jared took me along in a suitcase, but we met some incredible people. And I tell you what, it was the best time of my life. Just having fun, learning more about this industry, just learning what people do and how they do it. So if you guys haven't been to one, or maybe try to find some like group or logistics group in around where you live, these are just crucial to go to. Just connect with people, even if it's another freight broker. It's good to pick each other's brain.
Yeah, probably the only people that will listen to you about logistics without
exactly.
I just want to say that. Hunter is downplaying this, bro. Huge things this year for the lounge as far as outside the studio content. Yeah, Matt's is our thing. That is our first event, the big thing. We're going to kill it. We've actually been able to hook up with a guy who has done business with Matt's personally, giving us some great tips on how to do things right. That Texas Trucking Show next week, already confirmed. Shifra, if you're watching, I'll see you next Tuesday. Beers and barbecue. This Friday, meeting with the lady at a mediocre Mexican restaurant with good margaritas. Say that 5 times fast. That's what she told me. Oh my God, I swear to God, she gave me 2 options to eat, and she said we can have mediocre Mexican food with good margaritas, or bad barbecue with great beer.
Oh my God, that's freaking awesome, man.
Meeting with her, Hunter and I have ideas for out of the studio content as well. Kind of trying to not copy, but travel along the lines of people like Alex with Mother Trucker and our good friend Indie Trucker. They do a lot of driver interviews and a lot of on the ground stuff in front of people. I've actually got a really sick demo with a new technology for the drayage industry that's coming over here to the state. So Hunter and I like to downplay stuff, but sometimes you got to get excited, and we do. We have some great things. Hunter and I, every minute after our 9 to 5 brokering stuff, and even sometimes through the day, it's DMing. But as soon as we're done with the broker stuff, for the most part, dude, we're in what we call the studio, man. We're in StreamYard, cranking out content, coming up with dumb ideas, calling each other inappropriate names, So just always trying to keep things inventive, invigorating, engaging, and honestly, trying to push the envelope as far as we can, without getting canceled. It's just kind of Hunter and mine's little niche, man. I mean, that's the reason for the lounge, dude. I mean, look. I mean, here we all are, just sitting here chilling, like there's like a bunch of freaking blue collar workers, man. You know what I mean? Drinking some brewskis at the end of the day, dude. That's what it's all about. So, yeah,
I agree.
I would agree.
I freaking love that, man. I love how you two are just yourselves. Don't really care what people think. You really got to get to that point, and whether you're streaming or you're just a freight broker yourself, be yourself. One of the main things, right? And also, if you want good Mexican food with stellar margs, come to Scottsbluff, Nebraska. We'll show you whatever you guys need to see, man. Like, it's insane over here. I think I counted 25 Mexican restaurants in our little town. Not kidding. It's insane.
Bro, wait. So you know what, man? I'll tell you. We have a rule of thumb, or I have a rule of thumb here in Texas. Now, obviously, man, we're close to the border. We have our own thing called Tex-Mex. But I'll tell you, I will never eat at any place with Mexican in their name. And I go in there and I see anyone but Mexicans or Hispanics cooking the food, I'm fucking leaving. Like, I don't care what recipe book you have, who your abuela was. You know what I mean? I am out of there, man. Huh?
I'll bring you guys to my mom's house. Perfect, right there.
Well, see, that's different. That's authentic, man. But I got my shitty Mexican place. It's in like a double wide trailer, like times 2, just stacked up, man. Cinco de Mayo. Got there for like 20 years.
Hey, and you've had good. Never mind. I'm gonna not say that. That's not family appropriate. I was gonna say some literal toilet humor, but I'll keep that.
You're good. Sorry.
Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Oh, you guys are truly one of a kind. Yes. I can't get enough of you guys. Obviously, the Logistics Lounge is just getting out there. I mean, you guys you've gotten 1,000 followers. What is the rest of the show?
1,200 now, baby.
1,200.
Yeah, 200 in less than a week. 200 in less than a week.
Oh man, that's incredible. What's the rest of the year look like? Obviously, you're going to hit some of the local stuff. What do you plan on doing the rest of the year? You guys do anything fun?
No, just the trucking shows, like we said. Is as far as internal goals. Hunter and I change them all the time. Believe our goal was what, Hunter, 1,000 followers by the end of February, and we hit that. Now our goal is, I don't even remember. It's maybe.
Well, I mean, LinkedIn kind of, I don't know. It's like growing organically. It's kind of strange.
Yeah.
Like, we were on our 1,000 follower in January goal. I think we entered the new year with like 350, maybe 400 people, and we just started changing it up. Putting out like personal ads, just sharing it on our personal pages, putting it out on the lounge page, of course, and it just kind of took off. And so we started hitting like, 100, 150 people a week, and now we're hitting like 200. So, I mean, you got your grow your follower thing there. We get 250 credits to invite people. Well, we've only used like maybe 100 of that. And we've already, like Rob said, man, we've hit about 250 new followers on LinkedIn in about a week. So, um, our main focus now really is getting to YouTube, getting to X.
Fuck yeah,
We're
100%.
we've locked down like we have an Instagram page. It's just there. We haven't done anything on it, but that comes down with the editing and everything, which is kind of a pain in the ass getting it formatted to the phones and stuff. But we're posting to TikTok and um, just kind of really branching out to all different areas. Because like I said, LinkedIn is growing on its own to this point. Like the people around us are helping, drive it there. Like I don't know. We'll post something up, and next thing you know, we have like 5 reposts just from people that we've had on the show and chat with every day. So yeah, it's really internal growth, and I mean, obviously getting these media passes is a blessing. Like never something I would have thought that could be a thing with this show, but you know, coming with that, I want to make sure that we want to make sure that we're delivering. When we go there, it's like okay, Logistics Lounge got some free tickets. They came around here. They fucked off. Excuse my language, but they didn't give anything to us that was worth benefit. So the more people we can reach, the more we can really share. Because I mean, just in our show, we don't just have brokers. We don't just have shippers. We just don't have carriers. It's like IT
We
people.
don't just have
People.
guys.
Yeah, yeah. Come to Ladies Night, Logistics Lounge, March 1st at 4 p.m. And every single week we will have a female guest, women in trucking. More power to them.
That,
Yeah, I mean,
that's a
but yeah,
secret.
we're just reaching out to the masses. Like I was talking to Rob today, it's the Logistics Lounge, but like truly, I feel like we're bartenders, and everybody from the logistics industry can come in around 3:30, 4 o'clock, sit down, talk to us, or they can just talk to each other, and it's just a great way for us to relax.
Dude, I'll say I just thought of this, but I will. Adam, bro, Adam
The
is
cannabis king.
hey. Hunter can tell you the story about how we met Adam, dude. Just the craziest freaking coincidence. But I just thought about this. I think, and Hunter hopefully agrees with this. We want to be kind of the Saturday Night Live in living color version of Logistics podcast, but just like the cheers of Logistics podcast. That's what we want to be, man. The cheers of Logistics podcast.
It's like Howard Stern and Freightway Innovation.
Yeah, I love that. I love Howard Stern. That's awesome. Chris, hey, I appreciate you for watching and tuning in. Yeah, you said you had a question for all four of us here. We'll hear it, man. Give it to us. John, I don't even know what the heck you just said, but we're gonna
I don't
figure it out.
either. I'm working on translating that.
This came from the Logistics Lounge crew. Do you guys speak German?
Nah, is
Absolutely
that John Cantera? I feel like he would speak.
I feel like that is John Cantera. I feel the same way.
Incognito. Got to keep an eye on that cat.
Translator. Someone in the comments got to be a translator here. Come on. Oh, God.
Dude, what do you think we have Google for?
I know.
So
I'm
true.
working
That's what
on
Jared's
it.
doing right now.
I'm working.
I know one word in there, and it's beer.
That's kind of my thought too. I'm like, all right.
But Chris, yeah, man, back to you. Drop that question in there. We love to answer it for sure. We love when our viewers hop in the chat. Just kind of makes it relax and be like,
John
John
said
says
I'm having a beer.
Yeah.
yes.
Sorry to
So
cut you
are-
off there, Jared.
I poured two and just don't tell you what's in here.
I don't speak German, but we.
Oh my gosh. Well, folks, that's going to be the show.
I think I got you ready.
Cut that man off. We're
French.
We just went to
Woo!
this is not that kind of show, sir. This is not the anatomy.
Yeah, what did you sign us up for? The thoughts and comments of
I might be a little
eCarrierCheck do
hungover.
not stand for the Logistics Lounge. We are a family program.
Oh, my
Your kids aren't watching today. Sorry.
Okay.
Hey, while we're waiting on Chris Dispatch's question, Hunter, tell them how we met Adam.
Oh yeah, so do you guys follow Indie Trucker on LinkedIn or anything like that? Yeah. So
Yeah.
we had Indy on the show a few weeks back, and he was at some random truck stop. I think it Love's in Florida, right up the way from some strip club that had a fantastic parking scheme. I forget what the name of the place is, but you look it up. I'll get the name. It's great. But they have a little racket going there. But so we're talking to Chris. He didn't really know what to talk about too much, and so he's just walking around the parking lot, and we're carrying ons and whatnot. And so he just starts interviewing truck drivers that he's seeing. And so he talks to one guy. He didn't really have too much to say. So Adam,
Club
oh yeah, Club Risk, Club.
I'm gonna write
That's the
that
one.
down.
Look it up on Google, man. The greatest truck parking there is. Like it's outside of truckparkingclub.com. But so yeah, he just starts interviewing cats, and Adam actually overheard him, went back to his truck, pulled us up on YouTube, started commenting, and was like, "Hey man, I just saw you. Come back here." So he's like honking his horn and everything, and so Indy goes and finds him and does a live interview. So he found out about the show from the show, and they had a lifetime interview with Adam. But yeah, Adam, he's a driver for well, he was doing Walmart, and I think he's set up
Don't say the company, even though
yeah, I won't say the company, but in a past life, Adam used to grow a copious amount of cannabis. And come to find out, this dude's like a 4-time Cannabis Cup winner. Like, if y'all don't know what that is, he is growing the
That's awesome.
creme de la creme.
top notch. Yeah, the top notch.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got that sticky icky. And so Adam's out there getting it, man. That's why he's the cannabis king. The
Oh
truck
my
driver
God.
out there, man. The coolest cat on the street.
Blessed to have him here today. That is freaking awesome.
Just a blessing. I just drop our address in the comments here, can we?
Here's Adam, and then here's Snoop Dogg, right? That's essentially
no sticks, no seeds. You know.
Get him out.
In the words of Snoop D-O-double-G.
He just takes some Christmas trees, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all look up Club Risk if you can. Share the Google Maps of it, because I really do want you to see this parking lot. It's funny. It's funny.
Can I drop the final freestyle quote, because I think that it goes perfect with the subject of what Adam used to do. In the words of the great Tony Robbins, live life fully while you're here. And Adam is doing that. He said,
Free showers, no alcohol. Oh my God. What is going on right now?
Hey, you invited us here, man. You invited us.
No, and you allowed us to add our pages, bro. Hey, you now have all the lounge lizards coming over into your stuff.
I love it.
You know what? We have talked about us, man, and I know this is your show, and maybe you don't want to talk about yourself, but dude, Jared, it's been a while since we talked to you like on a show, because you're one of our first guests, homie. So like, what is shaking with you guys, man? What's the freaking plan going on with y'all, man?
First off, Kelly, I don't know how the hell we got here, but we're here and I love it. Dude, love it. 18 plus, never been.
No,
never been.
Inside joke. I love you, Adam. I love you for remembering that, bro. Oh,
Chris, you asked your question, but YouTube might have removed it, including my email address in it. That's fair. Maybe Chris, ask it without email address.
Hey, Jared, Nate, I think he's on y'all's YouTube because he said he's been watching y'all. So I don't know. Maybe pop up. I've got comments on our LinkedIn that's not showing up either. So
That's fair.
oh,
Here. Kelly, I love it. Too fun. Let's see. The question was, let's say I email you from my email address. It's not a Gmail address. It's a business account, but it clearly says that I'm a dispatcher.
I mean, that's a step up. If I can
I
get
don't.
on the phone with you and actually hear you talk and not sound like an idiot, then sure. But it still comes down to the compliance. I mean, I need to know, like, I need your driver's phone number to call him
Yeah.
right off the rip. Like, and that's about it. And I mean, I'm not gonna talk rates with them. I'm not gonna do any dirty backdoor business. But I don't know. I feel like these days dispatchers almost need certifications like brokers and carriers do. There needs to be something there.
Well, my answer to you, Chris, is I don't care. I really don't. Like again, I see the dispatchers have this thing. I'll tell you probably I don't have a percentage, but I would say at least half of the options, which is what we call it where I work, we call them options when we get carriers, funneled in that are interested in load. Half the options I get come from a dispatcher. I will say that to speak to Hunter's point, the fact that in your email that it may say, dispatch services or whatever, like, dude, honestly, I like that because I'll tell you one thing that I don't like with some dispatchers is they email in and try to play it off as they're like the driver or they work directly for the driver. And a majority of the time, it quickly becomes evident that you aren't either one of those things, that you're an independent, which again is fine. But here's my point to that is so we're starting off our friendship on a lie. That's how you want to do this. So yeah, personally, I don't care, man. I really don't. As long as you could provide me with all the information that I need, MC numbers, phone numbers. As a dispatcher, I will say an extra layer that we have, and this is not giving away any secret because almost every decent broker is doing this now, is I will call the information on the FMCSA and all the other platforms that I use to verify and say, hey, does Chris dispatch? Is he authorized to work for you? So forth. Oh yeah, he's cool. Dude, hey, if they do that and everything lines up, brother, I'm good. Because again, I understand like you guys are just providing a service like I'm providing a service.
Hey, I just want to chime in, Chris. If that's what you really do, I want your email. I wish I could have seen that because I would work with you. That's
Yeah,
the extra mile I'm talking about.
dude,
That's what I like to see.
I love that. I'll agree, man. Like we send tracking, but dude, I love carriers who send me ELD links. Oh, like that right. I'm serious.
Yeah,
That
if
right
you don't
there,
accept macro point, give me
dude,
some.
bro.
Like,
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, hey, I've got carriers that say, hey, we'll accept your macro point, but how about I give you my ELD? Like, dude, that's like almost a flashing green go sign for me. Like, holy
yeah.
stuff, like this person is going above and beyond. They want to prove to me that they want to do business. Tex, what's up, broski? Man, yeah. Good to see some Texans in the crowd here, man. Yeah, hey Chris, I understand, man. Not everyone does that, bro. But hey, you got to think, man. Also on this, a majority of these brokers out there, they work for a large corporation. They've got their own rules. They can't go aside from that. They can't overwrite stuff. And in addition to that, a lot of them are idiots. They haven't been in this industry very long, 1 year, 2 years, maybe 3 years. They're used to dealing with nothing but scammers and fraudsters because they came in the middle of this during the vid, and that's all they know. I mean, so someone like me, I use the example of these virtual offices. Honestly, I think that's a stupid ass rule. I get double brokers use it, but like I've said before, carriers. To me, if I'm a business owner, I don't want to use my home address as my place of business. Like, for one, that's a little too close. That's a little too much information privately for me to be giving you. And for two, I want to look reputable. Like, I want to look like I'm operating out of a storefront, as you could say. So, yeah, man, we're not all alike. We don't all operate the same. I can't speak for other people. I can just speak for how I do business and Hunter how he does business. He speaks for that himself, and we're pretty much the same on that. So
Yeah, no, I love that. Hunter and Pedro, good feedback there. Chris, one thing too that with eCarrierCheck, we provide leads to freight brokers, and some of the information we provide on freight brokers are their specialties. So I don't, Chris, I don't know if you have any specialties over there, but we have a weird amount of freight broker leads on our site. We get them right from the FMCSA. We just take it a step further on the information we provide. But Pedro, you asked what Jared and I are up to, man. We're just taking over the world, just trying to help people grow their business, one day at a time. With the eCarrierCheck we got going on, we're just slinging it. You know what I mean? If you were to ask Hunter, we're just slinging it. But no, it's going good over here. We're staying busy and trying to provide value on the show like we are today, and we're loving life.
That's freaking awesome. I'll tell you, man. Did I had, even though we had Jared on, Ryan, if I appreciate it, Chris. And a lot of brokers do that. That's something they do too, man. They post stuff wrong. Dishonesty and lack of integrity, man, are the biggest problems. And actually are the biggest problems with humanity, period. But especially in this industry, man, people always feel they have to mislead, lie, and scheme and scam to get the result that they want. And man, I'll tell you, I have yet to have an instance in my life, personally or professionally, where that has ever freaking worked out. What I was going to say is, Ryan, if you're still watching, like, dude, him and I were talking the other day on the phone, and I was like, man, I wish one of these verification platforms did this. And Ryan goes, you dumbass, eCarrierCheck does that. And I was like, holy crap, I didn't even know that. Like, oh my God, here I am sitting putting a thing in one of, two of the homies like offer this. And it's man, it was specifically the like the searching for carriers and stuff that are like verified and everything, like the reputable ones, having a database, where like you can find people that you can do business with, that someone else has already done the legwork, and you can save a little bit of time and freaking effort. So yeah, I'm going to talk to my boss, man. We have several platforms in place, but obviously I would love to show you guys some love, to pay you a little bit of money and use platform. And I will say that out of all the platforms we use, I can't pick up the phone. Well, maybe on this one I can, thanks to Claudia the connector. But I can't pick up the phone and call someone at Highway. I can't pick up the phone and call someone at Carrier 411. You know what I mean? Like, I could pick up the phone and call Nate or Jared. You know what I'm saying? And so
we.
Yeah. It's fucking. We need to make a meme out of that. We need to make a meme out of that.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Adam, help! I have a buddy moved to Texas from Cali. Long story short, I advised him into dispatching per se. LOL. He's trying to get his foot in the logistics game, though. Advice.
You know what? Hey, I'll tell you this. I'm not even a dispatcher, but I'm just a person that I try to think outside the box when it comes to promotion, and I think that is evident in the things that the way Hunter and I go about promoting ourselves and our show. But I'm going to say this and watch every dispatcher and their mother's going to do it once they see this. Go to truck stops, man. Go around your city and find where the trucks are parked and leave a nice flyer or a business card. Quit getting on Facebook and pounding people's fucking comments or posts. It's like, oh my God. I run a group. Hey, dude, I'm telling you, I will say, oh my God. I run a Facebook group, 44,000 people in it. I literally, and I'm going to use this as an example about how aggravating and why people flipping hate dispatchers, because I've changed the name of my group because I got tired of all the dispatchers in there like drowning my feed with all this crap. I changed it. Bold, or not bold, but capital letters. No dispatchers. What do you think 50% of the people who asked to join my group are? It's like, dude, like literally, you can't even simply not do this one thing. Like it literally says, we don't want you in here. The many have ruined it for the few, guy. Can't help you. So stop going on Facebook, man. Stop being lazy. Dude, get out there, go to a truck stop, go to the truck stops. Even if you got to drive 30, 40, 50 miles, like don't be lazy. You're talking about your pocketbook, your money. You want to build a successful business. You got to get out there and put yourself out there. And I'm sorry, but comments on Facebook are just the most completely unprofessional thing. Could you imagine if I was a broker and went to one of the prospects that I'm trying to do business with and DM them on Facebook? Hey, let me try and get in touch with you about running your freight. Can we be friends?
That'd be so. Hey, Mr. Prospect, you have a beautiful family. Let's do business together.
Yes.
Freaking run.
How creepy that is. Anyway, go to truck stops. Hey, around here, I know where every truck in my town parks at. Go there, man. Serious. Put fires out there, man. Like a driver is going to appreciate that more than you posting on Facebook. Like, dude, it is one of my favorite words, and I'll even say what it means. One of my favorite words is trite. TRITE. It means overused. Basically overused. And it's like when people say, "Hey, how are you doing?" It's trite. Like they don't mean it. They're just saying it because they have to. You know what I mean? So same thing with that. Being on Facebook and all that, it's trite. It's overused. It's overdone. Nobody cares. People are oblivious to it now. So that would be my bit of advice to give to your friend Adam. And especially if he's in Cali, dude, bro, like massive amounts of trucks. I mean, massive, dude. I would even go. I would even go to manufacturing areas, dude. And while people are backed into docks, I mean, bro, hey, here's my car. I'm serious. Hey, have no shame, man. No shame.
Right there in Carson, California.
Yeah.
Get you some of them drayage carriers. A lot of them cats are doing that. They just got their twit cards just to get some extra business. But man, you can find a lot of trucks there.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
Hey, go to LinkedIn user. That's Ryan Van Brocklin. Go to that comment, Nate. Hey, that's the homie Ryan right
there. I mean, he's awesome. I love that. I love it.
Yeah, y'all gotta have him on the show. We got him on coming tomorrow. He's a freaking super awesome guy.
Michael,
yeah, Michael, what's going on, man?
Michael, what's going on, man? This guy, Michael. I love this guy. He comes on every week. He's always asking sales questions, always trying to better himself, which I appreciate. I think he's gotten a little beat up in the cold calling space. You know, Rob, this one's to you, man. Like, you know, how does he get better? You know, any tips on how to be a better freight broker?
I've answered the last ones first. So Hunter, dude, you want to take the lead and then I'll follow up. And also, if it's okay, I have to use the little broker's room.
Yeah, Guy just took care of it too.
Yeah, Michael. I mean, that's kind of a loaded question. Do you guys have any background on what he's been struggling in, or Michael, if you want to chime in, what's some of your harder points?
Yeah,
because I could give a million answers, but
be yourself. I totally agree. Be yourself.
Yeah.
You know, I know he's doing a lot of calls. He's a fairly new broker, from what I understand. You know, we haven't actually had a chance to meet him in person or do a one-on-one with Zoom, but boy, this guy asks the best questions ever. I love his questions, Michael, and you're always. I appreciate that you're willing to take the time to ask the questions, because that's the only way you get.
I agree, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in a spectrum of it all. I mean, to Ryan's point, I'm sure that's him. Just be yourself, but also, I mean, don't overdo it. If you're on the phone with a prospect and they ask you a question and you don't know the answer, say, "I don't know."
It's okay.
I will find out and call you back. You know, if there's something like it's really just communication. You got to be consistent. You have to keep it interesting. Don't just send them over like an email every now and then, like, "Oh, hey, just checking up with you, just following up." Don't do that, man. Keep up with their or their company, or if they're a smaller company, keep up with their industry. Like, hey, have you seen what's going on here? Like, you just got to put yourself out there. And honestly, like, some of the best stories I've heard are from newer brokers that really just put it all on the line and freaking send it. Send it. I mean, Rob, I forget the guy's name. We had him on the show like when we first started, but this dude was fresh into brokerage and just kept on getting after Anheuser-Busch. And that was his first client that he locked in and took off. Like, could you imagine coming fresh into brokering and just boom, enterprise? Like, you know, it's you're as good as, you know, like, never undersell yourself, but like if you have the passion about it, you just got to keep that fire. Like, People will respect that. Not everybody. You're gonna hear a lot of no's and f off. I've talked to you 30 times today, even though it's the first time ever talking to him. Like just transparency, communication, and keeping it real. Really, just shaking it down to the bare bones. Like be yourself.
Yeah, 100%, Hunter, man. That's really well put. Rob, I don't know if you have anything to add to that, but I just know. Yeah, go ahead.
I do. I may repeat some of what Hunter said. Hey, can you pull up Ryan's comment, the one that says LinkedIn user? That right there is the best advice that I can give you. As primary advice. Second thing I'll give you is, man, like find stuff that interests you. I'm serious. Like if you're a gamer, go after game chair manufacturers. Go after fucking gaming PC manufacturers, man. Go after. I mean, like, dude, if you're like our boy Nick Klingensmith, you're into endurance races. Go right here. Go after sporting apparel companies, sneaker companies. Like, I'll tell you, the greatest amount of success with the customers that I have are things that I'm interested in. And I'm not a niche freight guy, man. I really am. I know a lot of people say that. Hey, applause to you if that's what you want to do. I'm into a lot of stuff. I geek out over a lot of things, and my book is very expansive. But find things that interest you, man, because it's easier to cold call someone about them manufacturing a gaming chair and be like, oh man, like I don't have your chair, but I got this chair, and having some type of connection there. I mean, it makes things a lot easier. And really be yourself. Like, man, do not come up with some stupid phone script. Please don't do that. I don't care how good of an improv actor you think you are. Everybody knows when you're reading from a script. Everybody, don't do it. Don't call. Hey, this is Michael from Michael's brokerage. I have trucks. I have good service. Do you won't give me trucks? I mean loads. You know what I mean? Like, dude, man, that's it. Find stuff you're interested in, because if you're interested in it, it's going to be fun for you and it's going to be easy to talk to people. And for real, man, be yourself. Like, just be yourself. If you're a serious person, be serious. If you're a crazy wonky guy like I am, who loves puns and joking and yes and emails to billion-dollar customers that I have, I send gifts and memes. Like, that's just me, man. So yeah, there you go, Mike. I hope that helps, man. You just got to find your own strategy, man. What works for you? As they say, get in where you fit in, baby.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
And Rob, I totally agree with you. I was giving a thumbs down to Ryan there.
Go Chiefs.
49ers. Let's go.
Oh gosh. Chris, yeah, bring it on, man. Let's see it. Let's see what he said here. Like I said, you guys are dealing with people like myself on a daily basis, and those interactions are pretty rough. I would love to hear from all of you. Let's say you are a dispatcher calling in a load right now. How would you start the conversation with the broker? So you want them to be the dispatcher. How would you talk to a broker?
You know what? Just call me and say, hey, actually, this is going to be, this is what I want to say. This is the most important thing. Read the effing comments. That's the first thing I want to say. Read the effing comments.
Read the post.
Yes, please, for the love of Jeebus, to quote Homer Simpson. Hey, if you ever watch The Simpsons, that's what he says. He always says, "Thank you, Jeebus." That's what he says. Anyway, read the comments. Dude, there is nothing more aggravating, carrier or dispatcher, when you call me and say, hey, I've got a 48-foot flatbed with no tarps. And I'm like, okay, well, the posting's for a 53-foot flatbed with tarps, right? I mean, yeah. But dude, as a dispatcher, just, hey, man, just call and say, hey, I'm calling on load so-and-so. Can I get the details? Boom, straight to the point. That's the best thing. As I love to bullshit, but as a broker, I'm all about business. I got shit to do. Call me. Point. Hey, I'm calling on this load from Houston to New York City. One thing I love to hear. I read the comments and I see it says such and such. I'm fine with that. If there is anything in the comments, and just say the details. Dude, the broker's going to tell you everything that they think you need to know. And if if they don't, hey, they don't tell you the times that it picks up, ask for that. But man, straight to the point, call this lane. If there's something in the comments, I read the comments or the requirements, I'm good with that, and just follow through, dude. And I'll give you this tip, and I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, me saying this, but until you tell me you're a dispatcher, I'm never going to know. I'm not. Don't even call and say I'm a dispatcher. Just call and say I'm calling on the load. Nobody cares up front, man. You know what I mean? We can go through all of that crap on the back end.
I love it.
My favorite was when dispatchers didn't have the MC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what's your MC? I don't know. Give me a second. All right, well, that's good. We're going to just hang up.
Oh, or even better, hey, that MC doesn't work. Oh, buddy. My sister MC.
I got another one.
Yeah. It's like, all right, man. Put me on hold. Click.
Dude, Ryan told me about that. That stuff is so cool. Him and I were talking about that the other day. He does. He has an auto attendant that like does all that stuff. That's pretty sick. Chris, you're very welcome, man. You're very welcome. I'm telling you, dude. That's all I can say. Just call and be simple about it, man. Too much information sometimes is bad information. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit that you're Chris Dispatch. I just want to know that you got a truck. I want you to give me the information that I'm asking you for so I can verify that you are who you are and the carrier is who they are. And as long as all that checks out, I don't care. But, yeah, there you go, man. Call, ask questions, ask things, and then just be simple about it, man. Let's, keep it rolling.
Yeah. I love it, man. Wow. Such a good freaking life that you guys brought the house.
This was a great show.
Awesome.
Great show.
Jared, I mean, I don't know if you have anything to kind of close us off here, but Hunter and Pedro, how do people get in touch with you? Where do they go watch you? You guys are, like I said, you're insane. You're not afraid to be yourself. I think more people need to get over to your shows and kind of just soak in your personalities and all the information you're giving out. So how can they go find you? Where do they find you?
Yeah, totally. Find us on LinkedIn at the Logistics Lounge. Find us on YouTube at the Logistics Lounge. Find us on X at Logistics Lounge. No D required. But we're working on that. We'll get that. We'll get that handle eventually. But yeah, find us on LinkedIn. That's really the mecca of Logistics Lounge. But yeah, eventually you'll be able to find us everywhere. We might even have a Reddit page someday.
I love it.
our soon to be platinum freestyle album, Hanging in the Lounge with the Hound and Pedro, coming to record stores near you. I don't even know if record stores are doing a thing anymore.
Oh, they are. They are.
Oh my gosh.
Gunner, I gotta drive home.
Yeah.
You guys, thanks for being on the show today. Hunter's at home.
He's doing what he does. Oh my
One of
God.
one. Custom koozies soon to come on the market.
There we go. Start selling. You guys, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
We'll definitely hop on a show, maybe on your guys' show here in the near future. So
Dude,
you guys
yes. Yes, we gotta have you on. And hey, but before we leave, I want to say to you and Jared, man, thank you for reciprocating the love, man. Like every time that I catch y'all show and I comment, like, dude, Jared always has made it a point. Nate, you don't know us till now, but Jared is always like, Rob, drop yourself a plug, man. How do they find you? So, like, man, mad love. We so appreciate it, and man, we rep you as much as we can as well. And I think that's the important thing is the networking, man, the helping each other out, man, and spreading the info and the content, amongst our crowds, man.
Well said, man. Well said. 100%. That's what it's all about.
I love
Yeah.
it. God,
Yeah, boys. Absolutely. Thank you for having us on. Just give my 2 cents in here. I mean, thank you for allowing the chaos, and supporting.
Yeah.
Like, Rob and I, we run solo on this, and everything we put out is just as good as we think it is. So to get the support and the reassurance of, yeah, you guys are idiots, but like it's something, worthwhile. That means the world to us, man. So we'll keep supporting you and keep supporting us, man. We'll get there.
And if I may, before you hit that exit, Nate, as I always like to say, chuck the deuces and roll that beautiful bean footage.
Oh my God. I don't even know where to go. That was awesome.
that either.
Hunter knows exactly what I mean.
Yeah, where's my button to click? I need to roll the. I need
That's
to roll
the rolling
clip.
credits right there, man.
Oh my gosh!
We're gonna have to get that done. We'll get it done.
We'll work out some credits.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
We'll talk later.